Is Chase finally going the way of American Express, adding high annual fees and a lot of credits and coupons every single year on their cards? Well, if you look at the recent revamp with the United credit cards, you might think so. That being, as of today, March 24th, 2025, the changes are in effect of Chase's entire United Airlines personal credit card lineup. And as upgraded points mentions right here, new perks and higher annual fees. And if you want to look at some of the differences in annual fees on their cards, before we look at some of the couponing that they have added to some of their cards, you can see right here the United Explorer card, one that a lot of people really love. $0 annual fee for the first year, which is similar how it was, and have just been raised to an annual fee of $150, which looks oddly similar to the Amex Green cards back in July of 2019, where they raised the annual fee from $95 to $150 as well. And with that, they're stating you're getting upwards to $530 in annual credits, some deals with some hotels, memberships, or what have you. We'll go into in just a second. The United Quest card going from a $250 annual fee to a $350 annual fee, resembling that of the Amex Delta Platinum card, which had the exact same jump and the exact same price dollar for dollar as annual fee hike on that card as well. Also, one of the biggest daddy cards of all, the United Club Infinite card going from a $450 annual fee, which was like the Amex Platinum card pre-2020, all the way up to $695 annual fee United Club Infinite card, which resembles exactly the Amex Platinum card's annual fee of $695. So it leaves a lot of people wondering, like, what's going on here? What's the deal? What are the perks that are being added, and why are all of these jumps so similar to American Express in that way? Now, one, the annual fee raise, I mean, it could quite literally just be psychological benefits of seeing certain numbers or numbers that people are already familiar with Amex and some other higher annual fee cards. So I think that's just more of a marketing thing, not necessarily just copying one to one. But if we look a little bit deeper, we can see some of the different benefits that come along some of these new cards and some of the new benefits that come along with the raised annual fees. And for those wondering, if you have these specific credit cards right now and you're wondering, oh, am I getting hit with this annual fee right away, or when it's going to happen? They mention that anybody who applies for these cards today, March 24th, 2025, you will be hit with all these new annual fees. So $695, $350, what have you. If you already have the cards, it looks like the annual fee increases will take effect after August 1st, 2025. So if you have this card and your annual fee does hit before August 1st, 2025, you'll actually renew at the old annual fee. So like if you have this United Club Infinite card, yeah, you're getting another year of $450. Lucky you. However, if you do renew after August 1st, 2025, then you will be seeing the new increased price. So just something to know there. However, they actually mention here, which is interesting, the exception to this is the United Explorer card, the one that's going up to $150, as the annual fee won't increase until your next renewal date on or after January 1st, 2026. So you have some time with the United Explorer card, which I know a lot of people in the community love. One, Lonnie specifically, I know loves that card a lot. And if you want like really in depth on all of these different cards, I'm sure Lonnie did a whole video on this, so go check out his channel. He's what I would consider the GOAT of United, so I go to him for all the knowledge. And so here are some of the differences on these cards specifically. So for the United Explorer card, this is the one going to $150 every single year. They mention here it's an increase of 58%. For this annual fee. So one thing that a lot of people noted, especially in the venture capital Discord when they were talking through some of the United cards down below, is they mentioned that these new credits that were on these cards and how a lot of these United cards are starting to make the way, or at least these Chase United credit cards are starting to pave the way for an Amex style coupon book. And you can kind of see that right here with the United Explorer card. They mentioned right here, you also can earn $100 in credits from spending with United Hotels annually, available as two separate $50 credits. Which, if you actually read the fine print on these, hotel credits, essentially you're going to be getting two of those on two separate transactions every single year. You don't have to wait every 6 months like you would on like an Amex, Hilton, Aspire card, what have you, but you have to make two separate bookings, and I'll put it on the screen here, two separate bookings with this United Hotel program to be eligible to get both $50 credits. So you can't just book one stay and get all of the $100 credits, but you can book two separate stays and you get two $50 credits, what have you. They also mentioned here $50 on United Travel Brand credits annually from spending with Avis or budget through cars.united.com. That's also available as two separate credits, which I believe is the same. Can be done on two separate transactions, but you get them right away and you don't have to wait a certain amount of time to get those credits. So I can imagine some people for a $150 annual fee card, you already have $200 in credits right here. That might be easy for some people to use. However, as we do know with the Chase Sapphire Preferred and their $50 credit, well, most people never really make use of that. So I'm interested to see how many people feel that this is super valuable to them with this specific card. But hey, listen, I mean, it's a little bit more potential value, so I can see that as well. $50 in travel bank credits through these car rental agencies itself. I'm sure a lot of people will get some value with. There's always somebody renting a car out and about, and it's probably something I could personally use too. They mentioned this card is also gaining multiple spending credits with the following annual maximums: up to $60 in rideshare credits, so $5 every single month. So such a long time, a lot of people made fun of that basically a lot of the Amex credit cards, the gold, the platinum, the Delta cards, giving you $5, $10 a month in Uber credits or just rideshare credits. It looks like Chase's, well, it wasn't really a stranger to it anyway, but now it's actually spanning into the airline card. So kind of taking a page out of the Delta card lineup. So they mentioned $60 in rideshare credits, $5 a month. And you have to enroll, much like the Amex credit cards. Up to $100 in credits from JSX purchases, which some people might be wondering, what exactly is JSX? So we put that in. That is essentially a private jet service directly through United.com, as they mentioned here, to which, yeah, you'll get some credits to book some private jets. So I don't know if you guys were interested in doing that personally. Um, but if we can get a lot of people together, I think we could all pool our money and get a private jet, fly in style to Puerto Rico for the meetup, at the end of the year, right? So I think that would be interesting. And if you were curious exactly how much one of these would actually cost, let's just see some of the different airports that they offer. So let's see what's offered here. Let's say we want to go from Boca Raton down in Florida, and let's say we want to. I guess our only destination is Westchester, New York. Okay, let's say we want to bring me and my wife and maybe like six other credit card content creators, and we want to book a one-way flight. And let's do like the 17th, something like that, April 17th. Let's see how much this actually would cost. Well, okay, so if all eight of us were to hop on this JSX flight through United, we could technically use our $100 credit on JSX purchases with our United Explorer cards. We could fly on the hop on price, which would end up being about $9,512 for eight people. But maybe let's just say it's just you and your spouse. How much would this actually end up being? Okay, so just $2,000. So you can get $100 off the price of that. And like, hey, listen, if you're balling like that and you need to get to Westchester, New York, and you want some complimentary snacks and drinks, hey, listen, this might be worth it. Honestly, for a video, that might be worth it. However, I'm excited to see if this credit actually applies in maybe a higher amount for some of the other higher end credit cards that United is offering. So let's go a little bit deeper. But first, just to make sure we have everything covered, shout out to Upgraded Points for all of this data here. That's easy to read. Definitely a good blog to follow, I feel. Card members can also get a 3-month complimentary Instacart Plus membership after the 3-month period. Cardholders get 25% off the annual membership. Okay, so we're back to the Instacart memberships with Chase. This card is also losing one benefit, one that I think a lot of people found value in. Premier upgrades on award tickets will end on August 1st, 2025. And they also mentioned additionally, there will be a new restriction that the primary card holder must be present when redeeming the card's one-time passes to United Club. That's interesting. So what are you guys' thoughts on this card alone? I don't have actually any United cards. I just kind of read through and have some friends who have them, but I haven't dived into them a little bit yet. So let's see. So now we have the United Quest card. This card is the one that's going from $250 to $350 in annual fees every single year. This credit card mentions a few different things here. Some of the normal benefits that I believe already came on the card, like a 10,000-mile award flight discount, ability to earn some cash, very, very similar, honestly, to the Delta cards, to be honest. Ability to earn 2 Global Economy Plus upgrades, though 40,000 in purchases. But what's the real differences here? What are the differences that might really affect people? Well, one, card members will also see an increased cap on PQP earning. The earnings rate remains 1 PQP for each $20 spent. Man, this is looking very similar to Delta cards. Wow. We know Delta's kind of leading in the entire world, but wow, this is pretty interesting. But the annual maximum is increasing from 9,000 to 18,000, enough for Premier Platinum status, the second highest tier. Interesting. Okay. And then what about some new perks and benefits on this card? So cardholders will earn 5x per dollar spent on renowned hotels or resorts, and you're going to be getting upwards to $150 in renowned hotels and resorts credits, which let's look it up just to see what kind of hotels they actually have. Which, I see what they're doing here. So they're essentially using the preferred hotel partner programs to have their own specific, portal to book this through as well. As you can see right here, when you're booking as a United card member, you'll receive these exceptional benefits when you book with renowned hotels or resorts. So I guess this is going to be their specific preferred hotel name of their program, where you're getting the daily breakfast for two. That could be anywhere between $60 and $70 per day of your stay. $100 property credit, so they can use that towards the on-site restaurant, the spa, all the different things. Room upgrade at check-in if available, early check-in, late check-out if available, company Wi-Fi. So we know this is very similar to like Chase's Edit, the Capital One Venture X's Premier Collection, Amex Platinum FHR. If you go direct, Hyatt Privé, Marriott Stars, all these different programs all do this same thing. So pretty cool that United specifically has their own hotel program itself. And judging by who's actually in this program, I don't believe I'll be able to see because I don't have a United card. $100 in rideshare credits, $8 per month, and $12 in December. Looks very similar to the Amex Platinums. Uber Cash, $150 in JSX credits. All right, we're getting that flight down a little bit cheaper now, baby. Up to $80 United Travel Bank credits from Avis or budget spending via that same one. Another one that I actually do think is fairly beneficial, even though people will make fun of it, is cardholders will get up to $180 in annual Instacart credits, available as $10 and $5 credits per month. This, I think, is actually more powerful than people might assume because at least in my area, Instacart every now and again will actually send over a coupon where if you spend like $100, you quite literally actually can get like 50 to 40 to 50% off on that entire order. So if you just stack that on top of $10, or if you have many of these different cards, stack these credits, month after month, I mean, I think it could be a sizable return over time, especially factoring in the 3-month membership. But would I pay for that after the fact unless you're really going to Instacart all the time? No, but it's definitely how me and my wife used our Chase Sapphire Preferred when we were moving originally to save some money on groceries. And we would always do pickup, we would never do delivery, and that would actually save a lot of money for sure. Although those would literally be the only times we would do Instacart. I mean, it takes 2 seconds to go to the store. All right, so now let's go to the big daddy one, the United Club Infinite card, baby. This is the one going to $695. The Amex Platinum card level. So you can choose to either have this card or the Amex Platinum card, same exact annual fee. Okay, so the first and foremost, one of the biggest benefits I think a lot of people love is the annual United Club membership valued at $750. A lot of people sometimes have trouble getting into United Club, and being a card holder ends up being one of the cheapest ways to get in, from what I hear. They also mentioned card holders get up to 20,000 miles and award discounts annually, 1,500 bonus PQPs through spending on the card, enough for Premier 1K status, and then some of the different credits as well. So let's see. Some of the credits include $200 again with this renowned hotels and resorts program. And I don't know if I can actually access it kind of like I can with FHR, but if you look on here, look through it, see what the prices are. I mean, they're all going to be the same price, but at least it's an option to likely be able to pay with your United miles. I wonder if you're able to pay any other way other than cash for this program specifically. But as you guys know, I love this program, so more the merrier. It's for me. So I could definitely see a world where if you can find some hotels under this program for a few $100s, you can easily stack that with some of your, like in this case, $200 with this credit. So very similar to the Amex Platinum's $200 hotel credit that you can see right here, right? $695 annual fee, and then the $200 hotel credit that can be used towards fine hotels or resorts. It's interesting to see some of the similarities. $150 of rideshare, $12 monthly, $18 in December. Okay, same as their $200 Uber Cash on the Amex Platinum. Up to $100 in United credits for Avis and budget spending. Same thing, the 2 separate $50 credits that's on the other cards. Up to $200 with JSX, baby. Let's go. We're finally going to be making it on the private jet. Let's do it. And up to 240. I wonder if you could stack them all. I wonder if you could stack the 200, the 150, 100, and use it all for one plane ride. I don't think so. But we're going to see Lonnie with his private jet, with all of his United cards and all of his United credits and stuff. He's going to be flying private all the time. And up to $240 in Instacart, again, can be useful. Sometimes a little bit more of a hassle, but I don't like that they have it as 2 separate $10 monthly credits, meaning you probably have to complete 2 different orders instead of like all in one. But I understand it. I can understand the value of their partnership there. And wow, I mean, look, shout out to Upgraded Points. I'm just a guy reading off the screen right here, but they mentioned right here that when speaking to these changes, Chris Crecchiolo, we got an Italian, president of co-branded cards at Chase, he said that the United cards now provide more value than they ever have in history, and that holding them is a no-brainer. Easy for you to say. However, value is subjective. How much value will these benefits bring you? And exactly as, I would say in some of the other videos like I've done with Delta, you have to really consider the dollar value and like, do you use any of these services? Like, right? Are you going to take advantage of Instacart, like I mentioned earlier, and like the once per month type deal? Or are you someone that always is going to Instacart? If just doing it for the credit, not necessarily worth it to get a card just for that. rent a car? Are you doing car rentals very often to take advantage of those different separate credits? They mentioned seat upgrades for Economy Plus. Are you on average doing that very often? I would say most of you are not doing these things on a more regular basis, but maybe you're doing them once or twice a year and maybe can make some of that value back from some of these credit cards. So I could see that. Personally, I do think the hotel credits can be very valuable, but that's just me and me really loving those preferred hotel programs. So I can see using a $200 credit here, a 150, a 100, because I've done that on my Amex Platinum card. I've done that on my MasterCard. So a lot of different ways. So if I had more credits like that, yeah, I mean, I think personally I would take advantage of that. But still, a lot of people in this space don't like to pay cash for anything, which I definitely understand. But let me know down below what your thoughts are on all those changes. And so, like I said, if you want to see some of the most up-to-date knowledge in the entire credit card world, you could join the Venture Capital Discord link down below, or you could actually join my newsletter where I also go in more depth on some of these little things like the preferred hotel programs, and also a lot of things that sometimes I don't want to put publicly, I'll be putting there in the future. So join that as well. They're in the pinned comment down below. And is Chase really taking a page out of Amex's playbook? Let me know down below. What are your thoughts? Are you happy, not happy? Let me know. But in the meantime, thank you guys for being here all the way to the end. I appreciate every single one of you.